Hi, I'm Alan Novak, Senior System Engineer at Tech Data, and today I'm going to be talking about NSX, VMware's network virtualization solution. Let's face it, technology has become a strategic asset. Everything now evolves around IT's ability to support the business, and this new reality has big implications for the network. In this world of apps, services, and connections, your network now plays a really important role. It represents the difference between success and potential failure of organizations today, which means companies have to start thinking differently about the networking in their data centers. So, let's look at a typical enterprise data center today. There's four basic things in a typical data center today, and we've seen a lot of innovation happening around applications, especially around SaaS and DevOps. Then we look at servers, and guess what? Over 70% of all servers are virtualized, and that number just continues to increase. You can also speak to innovation around storage. There's also been an increasing amount of virtualization around storage. So you could see how you could address all three of these areas and speak to all of these areas, the applications, the compute, and the storage for virtualization. But there is still one area that's far behind all the others when it comes to virtualization, and that's the one that we're going to speak about, and you'll be able to speak about more going forward. And that's networking. Ultimately, you hit a wall when you get to the part about networking, and then it becomes very clear that the very little virtualization innovation has happened in the comparison to the other components of the data center. Of course, certainly routers and switches have become incredibly sophisticated over the years, but increasingly it's become very clear that hardware-centric networking poses a range of challenges for IT organization. And these challenges include complexity, configuration, costs, and cyber attacks. Now, the business world is ready for a new model. So let's take a look at that new model. It's called the SDDC, Software Defined Data Center. And it's important to note VMware NSX is at the heart of the SDDC. So there's a force at play here that is fundamentally changing how we approach networking, and that force is abstraction. It's really all about moving or redirecting the intelligence that traditionally has been in the hardware into software and leaving a simple pool of IP packet forwarding capacity in the physical layer of the data center. Within the context of NSX, or network virtualization, it means moving or abstracting networking and security services that have traditionally been configured in, bound to, and delivered by hardware into software, where the services can be easily distributed and automated. Common examples of these services are routing, switching, firewalling, and load balancing. So, you're all familiar with the existing network in a data center, and the number one thing to understand about this is that NSX works on top of it. You don't have to virtualize the entire network. You can virtualize any part of it or all of it. NSX simply uses the existing network as an IP backplane. And then you have your compute capacity, and this is your computer infrastructure. And this is where your hypervisors and virtual switches exist if you're doing virtualization for servers today, which again, as I stated earlier, more than 70% of servers in the data center are virtualized today, and that number is growing. So NSX takes advantage of this infrastructure to create what can be thought of as a network hypervisor. And like Server Hypervisor allows the creation of software virtual machines, the NSX Network Hypervisor enables the creation of software virtual networks. It's really as simple as that. These virtual networks can be created, saved, deleted, restored, just like virtual machines, but for the network. It takes the operational model of a VM to the networking layer. So now let's look at some NSX customer use cases. You can see the three main use cases are security, automation, and application continuity. So, talking about security and microsegmentation, perimeter firewalls are great for protecting against what's trying to get in from the outside, but what about internal traffic? With microsegmentation, you can secure and control all east-west internal traffic in the data center. So even if an attacker gets in, the data center visibility is going to be severely limited. And of course, automation, it takes all those manual resources you've been doing, or processes, and it changes them to automatic processes to help operational costs. And business continuity with application continuity works together, for providing disaster recovery, and it can give you that data center anywhere. So here's the VMware Vision. And their overall vision is, of course, any device, any application, any compute platform, any cloud. And NSX is a core part of VMware's overall vision of this any device, any application, any compute platform, or any cloud vision. I hope you found today's session about NSX, VMware's network virtualization solution, helpful. If you'd like more information, please contact your VMware team at Tech Data.